Every song reworked, one last time. Stick around. Okay, kids, it's time to have a very real conversation about leveling. Yes, the original mixes of the early Metallica recordings had very quiet bass. And yes, Ian and I found a treasure trove of cool Cliff Burton and Jason Newsted bass fills that we wanted to work into our mixes. At what point does our work make the bass too loud? Conversely, at what point does not making the bass loud enough negate our work? This time through, I really made it a point to work on leveling, so that the bass is in line with the rhythm guitars and the drums at every turn, but never overpowering them. We really hope you like what we've done. Very briefly, when I first started this channel, there was no such thing as track separation software. If the song didn't have a bass track leaked from the Guitar Hero video game, I just used equalizers to enhance the bass on the recordings. Eventually, I discovered MV-Sep, a track separation software that would become the heart and soul of all bass stems on my channel. Around the same time, I met Ian, and he started contributing to the work that went into the bass stems. In the last year, we discovered Moises Hi-Fi. In some regards, it's a better track separation software, in other regards, it is not. Almost immediately, I went on a stem ripping spree and emailed all the stems to Ian, who set out to listen to and identify the best parts of all stems and merge them into new super stems. I also want to take this time to give a shout out to fellow isolated bass channel Big Show, who gave us permission for Ian to source from parts of his bass stems as well. Here is a list of all the bass stems on Big Show's channel that Ian and I sourced from. And now you know why we did the Re-Glaze, because the track separation software literally evolved around us. So every song, from Hit the Lights to Dyer's Eve and everything in between, got reworked in some fashion. On Kill 'Em All, there are 6 songs that do not have Guitar Hero leaked stems. I replaced the MV-Sep stems that I had with Moises Hi-Fi stems. I also re-leveled the bass tracks in all 15 Kill 'Em All era songs. On Ride the Lightning, Ian merged a new Escape stem from Moises Hi-Fi with our previous MV-Sep stem and did something similar with the Call of Cthulhu. And before we go any further, there were 2 catalysts for this Re-Glaze. The first was the video game Fortnite, leaking Cliff Burton's lead bass part from the end of Fade to Black. The second was Apocalyptica's cover of the Call of Cthulhu, which used Cliff Burton's bass track from that song, allowing us to isolate and extract the missing guitar solo section for our bass stem. On the Ride the Lightning B-sides, Ian kept his 2 MV-Sep stems for Am I Evil and Blitzkrieg, but sourced from Moises Hi-Fi and other stems as well. I also re-leveled the bass in the mixes for all 10 Ride the Lightning era songs. For Master of Puppets, Ian's Leper Messiah stem is 100% MV-Sep, from center channel rip. No Moises Hi-Fi stems were sourced from. For Damage Inc., Ian replaced our MV-Sep stem with a Moises Hi-Fi stem and also sourced from other stems. I again re-leveled the mixes for all 8 Master of Puppets era songs. For Garage Days, I also replaced our 5 MV-Sep stems with 5 Moises Hi-Fi stems. I also re-leveled all 5 Garage Days bass tracks in the mix as well. For the Pre and Justice for All B-sides, Ian replaced the 2 MV-Sep stems for Breadfan and the Prince with Moises Hi-Fi stems. For my part, I re-leveled both of those bass stems in the mixes. And for the 9 and Justice for All songs, I pretty much left them alone, but I did bring down the 4 Ian homegrown bass stems by 1 decibel because I thought there was a little bit too much bleed over the rhythm guitars. In the previous iterations, Bass 'Em All and everything with a bass in the title, and Kill 'Em All Re-Remastered and everything with Re-Remastered in the title had the same volume. This time, if it has bass in the title, it's de-remastered, meaning that the remaster is set at -8, and if it has re-remastered in the title, the remaster is set at -4. So these videos are the loud bass videos, and the other videos are the final mix videos. We've had a Master of Puppets demo of The Prince featuring Cliff for some time, with lead vocals from James and lead guitar from Kirk from the Jason era version. This time we decided to make it a fake EP just for fun, make it the B-side of Damage Incorporated, and use t-shirts as the album cover and back cover. So these are the loud bass versions now. If you're a bass player or someone who just likes to hear what's going on with the bass in the mix, these versions are for you. And now it all comes full circle, doesn't it? What started in 2019 with me hearing the remaster for Justice for All and being thoroughly disappointed ended with me completing something that I would have never thought possible. In 2020, there was no track separation software. The best that I could do was use equalizers to enhance the bass on the songs that didn't have Guitar Hero leaked bass tracks. A few years later, I met Ian and discovered track separation software, and before we knew it, we had a complete collection of full working bass stems for every early Metallica recording. And we've been working on them ever since. But when we finished Season 4 and the Justice songs, we wanted to take everything we'd learned and reapply it to everything we'd done before. We call it No Stone Left Unturned. We also took his knowledge of frequency boosts and my automation skills and the improved leveling of mixing that only experience can give you and reapplied it to the previous songs. We've been at this for months, but now the entire catalog is yours. It's up on Ecobase 2. So if you have headphones, now is the time. If you can stream YouTube on Apple CarPlay, go for a ride in the car. But we are very happy with how these turned out. We can't wait for you to hear them, and it is our unanimous opinion that early Metallica has never sounded better. A friend of ours asked us for this list, so Ian compiled it. Austin, this one's for you. Okay kids, the Ecobase 2 channel still has a 10 video daily upload cap, so this is going to come out in 3 waves. The first wave is going to be the bass only videos, the second wave is going to be the Re-Remastered videos, and the third wave is going to be the Re-Remastered videos. And then you will have the free version of the complete catalog. You can record them from YouTube, drop them into your own music libraries, separate them into songs, and line them up with the remasters at will. I like to say, make your own remixes. Now if you want all that work done for you, all the re-remasters, de-remasters, and bass onlys already mixed down in FLAC format. The files that I've spent the last 5 years of my life on, all of my free time on, losing family time on. Well, this is my email. We'll talk. I'm not going to say too much about this, but imagine if, while I was hard at work automating Ian's super stems, he was hard at work tabbing them for all of us. Mission accomplished. The first 4 albums and 5 EPs, more bass. Check out Ecobase 2 for 25 new uploads of full album and full EP videos, re-remastered, de-remastered, and bass only. Thank you to everyone who's been hanging out with me for the past 5 years. Thank you to Ian for joining forces with me about 2.5 years ago, and thank you for just not joining us. And I'll say it one last time. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. This is the Metallica Re-Remastered series. Stay tuned for more. Man goes to the store to buy some focaccia bread, buys the focaccia bread, leaves it at the store, gets home, his wife realizes he doesn't have it and says, "You forgot your focaccia."